In this video, I'll show you how to make Azeri baklava. I start by making the dough, for which I take a quarter cup of lukewarm water, 1 teaspoon of yeast, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 800-gram flour. To this, I also add 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of yogurt, and 150-gram softened butter. I mix them all together and start making my dough. And once it looks like this, I cover it and keep it in a warm place for about an hour. In the meantime, I also take 250-gram walnut and process it. To this, I add 1 cup of sugar and mix them all together. Once it's all mixed, I put it aside. On the side, I make also sorbet, for which I take 1 cup of sugar, half a lemon juice, and 1 cup of water. And I mix them all together and let them boil for about 10 or 15 minutes. My dough looks like ready now. To this, I add some flour. And start cutting it into 9 pieces. I shape each piece like a ball and start rolling them one by one. Once it's ready, I take my baking pan and coat it with some melted butter. And I put on my first layer. If the layer is too big, you can always cut it from the sides. This is what I actually did in this first layer. Now I start brushing it with some melted butter. And next I add my walnut and sugar mixture. Here I put on my second layer. And I'll do the same processes I did in the first layer. And I'll actually keep doing the same steps until I get to the very last layer. And this is the last layer. And I'll again brush it with some melted butter. And then start cutting it in diamond shapes. I try to be very gentle because I don't want to ruin it. Once it's all cut, I put half a hazelnut on each piece and I slightly press them because I don't want them to pop up once they are cooked. And lastly, I brush some egg yolk. And I put it right into the oven for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I take it out and add some more melted butter. I know it will look like it's a lot of butter, but trust me, this is so key for the taste it's supposed to have. And I'll put it back into the oven for about 30 minutes. As you can see, it's fully cooked now. As the last step, I'll add some sorbet that I made before. And I'll let it cool for about 30 minutes. Now that it's fully cooled, I start to serve. this is what each piece looks like. Yeah, this is my final product. I hope you enjoy watching it, and please let me know in the comments below if you give it a try.